Lights, camera, fashion. It's the Mezza Live with lifestyle expert Jackie Grund and professional ski instructor to the stars, Nicole Iroff. After several run-ins with celebrities and as a successful blogger, Jackie felt the need to offer encouragement and support to help people living in their middle, or as she calls it, mezza of their lives. And joining her from the New York City fashions to the Colorado slopes, her co-host, Nicole Iroff. With the Mezza Live, they now come full force, blazing the way for women everywhere, wanting to add a little sparkle and a whole lot of spice to their everyday life. Tune in every other Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on uimediaapp.com, Facebook Live, Spreaker, and all your favorite podcasting platforms. Have something you'd like to say? Maybe a question or even a hello? Well, you are in luck. Call us at 678-495-4345, where Jackie and Nicole will answer you live. Reinvent yourself. It's time to feel fabulous in your 50s and sexy in your 60s. With the reviews you can use, here's Jackie and Nicole.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Mezza Live Show. We are so excited to have with us today Chief Investment Officer of Newburger-Andes Real Estate Investment Company right here in Atlanta. They are basically somewhat of an iconic company who actually had a hand way back in 1969 with the Underground Atlanta. So if you've lived in Atlanta, you would know who that is and what that is. David will be talking to us today about investing during this time and how we can do it successfully, even during a pandemic. But first, I want to say hello to my co-host, Nicole.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? We got click.
Tradition.
Click. So what have you been up to this week?
Let's see. Kind of a chill week, but I do feel a lot better. So yay for that, because I was in really bad shape
that's
last
right.
week. I hurt myself.
Yeah.
With my daughter, she put some toothpaste in Oreos and tricked us to eating the Oreos, and that was really funny.
That was kind of
I
funny.
do remember I did make a great chicken parm this week.
Okay.
That worked out. Because sometimes it doesn't work out.
This is earth-shattering. So I know we voted.
I
voted. Yeah.
You voted.
All right.
Yay.
High five. We both voted. You want to give me that? Oh, all right. We voted. Thank God. Please,
Go
no
vote.
No one solicit me anymore. So I also want to mention real quick, I've decided to join Weight Watchers once again.
Okay. Weight Watchers is great.
Yes, and I'm going to talk to your guest next week about it, I think.
Stacey King will be on. Yeah.
I've lost 2 pounds out of the probably 25 that I need to lose.
That's great. That's a great start.
So we're going to actually track it right here on the show. So I'm going to be accountable not only to the app, but to UI Media and Mezza Live. So do we want to say hello to some of our friends out there, Nicole?
Yeah, let's say hello, friends from WDJY 91.1 FM and hello, friends, WTTA 101.2 FM in Kentucky and Ohio. Stay updated with all of our uncensored content at uimedianetwork.org. If you have any questions or would like to say hello to Jackie or myself or David Andes, our special guest, please call us now or later, 678-495-4345. Connect with us online. You can follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spreaker, and other podcasting platforms as UI Media Network. Remember to visit the uimedianetwork.org to keep up to date with events, programs, and hosting possibilities.
So before we bring on David, I just wanted to read a little bit about him. I actually do know him a little bit personally. We've met several times, actually. He is a Chief Investment Officer and Qualifying Broker at Newburger-Andes Co, Inc. David is responsible for all facets of the day-to-day operations of the company. This includes the management and leasing of a portfolio of over 175 office, retail, industrial properties with a value of over $500 million. He is also extensively involved with the due diligence, underwriting, and syndications of all new acquisitions. With over 33 years of experience in the commercial real estate industry, David has established an enduring relationships, we're going to find out, and how he keeps them as well, with the brokerage, investment banking, and the real estate services provider industry. Well, welcome, David. We are so excited that you're such a busy guy, and we can't believe that we actually got you for this interview. So we're very excited to have you.
Well, he's coming on
Hi, Nicole and Jackie. It's great to see you guys.
Hello, there you are.
Welcome to the show.
I know we were talking briefly that you just had 2 beautiful babies, and I know there are pictures up there of Ashton and Sienna. They are absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to meet them in person, though. So you guys must be so excited too and over the moon.
Oh, I've got chills right now knowing I'm about to talk about my kids on the radio show for
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So they were born on June 30th, and they were born at Northside Hospital. We have a baby girl. She was 5.4 pounds. Her name is Sienna. And we have a baby boy. His name is Ashton, and he was right a little over 6 pounds. And right now we're almost at 4 months. So it's been quite a challenge, but I was able to get them smiling this morning. So it's made my entire day. Yeah, this morning I've been trying to get them to smile every morning, but I finally got not one of them. Both of them did it.
Both.
So.
You know, my kids were 20 months apart, but twins, forget it.
Mine are 13 months apart.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of like Irish twins.
You have to be superhuman.
And I want to give a big shout out to my wife. I think she's an absolute hero. She was on a mission. She went through COVID. Her father passed away recently, and she's had. She's just toughed this out this year. And, Dragana, I love you with all my heart.
Oh,
and
that's sweet. That's so sweet. Yeah, I know. Well, it's exciting. Well, David,
it's so exciting. And those two, I just sit there and I dream about the day that they turn, 18 and they can start in the business like I did when I was 18.
That's what I want to get to.
My dad. My dad was training me when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So speaking of business.
So speaking of that, so tell us how you started. How did your family start? Because you've been around for how many years? It's been many years that you're in this business, right? Your family has.
The actual company has been around since 1976. My father, Jerry Andes, and his partner, Sid Newburger, they started the company, and they started it with no properties, no ownership, no investors, and no real path. What they built is amazing, and they really did it from one property and one investor, and did it very slowly and methodically. And I was very fortunate when I was 18 to have a business to come into that kind of gave me a path to go on, and they did provide that path.
That's nice.
But yeah, Sid and Jerry started the business in 1976. They bought a property and they got multiple investors in that property, and that property worked out, and they bought another one, and just slowly they built it up. And when my dad and Sid kind of slowed down a little bit, I think they had built it up to around 65 properties. And but they did it with a lot of debt back in the beginning. So I've done my career a little bit different. I didn't need to go on that debt path to build a business. So I did it in a different way. We paid cash for everything.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so, you don't want to be in debt.
So Nicole,
that's what my dad always used to tell me.
I think you're
don't want to be in debt, everybody.
Well, they struggled their whole careers to make ends meet. They did it.
Yeah, I guess you have to.
Atlanta exploded. Yeah, Atlanta exploded with growth over the years from when they started. So the properties went way up in value, and they were able to work their way out of it. Now all those properties with the debt, they're all paid for now.
Yeah.
So
love real estate. Gotta love real estate.
Me too.
So I know
me too.
The next question we had, which I think Nicole was going to ask you, but I'll just phrase it a little bit, and she can pop in with some, interjection, whatever. But when you actually joined the company, how have you increased your asset portfolio? You mentioned you're doing everything in cash. So I guess basically that was it. There was debt, and then you came in, and how did you actually get into the green? So,
well, I joined the company right out of high school. I actually worked cutting the grass back when I was 14 years old, and painting in the warehouse. I worked on the construction crews from 14 to 17 years old in the summertime. And I followed my dad even when I was younger than that. And, I really idolized him, and I wanted to be him. That's all I ever wanted to be in my life was my dad. And I really, and that's the path I followed. When I was 18, I started out in leasing, and I remember my father taking me out. We made 100 cold calls a day, and that was my quota per day.
Wow.
And I did it I was in leasing for 10 years where I did nothing but make 100 calls a day. I made my quota. And then from there, a lot of business started coming in, and then I got to be real good at it. So my first part of my career was spent in leasing. I then hooked up. I always had my eye on what Sid Newburger did for the company. And what he did was he bought the properties, and then my father managed them. So about 10 years into my leasing career, I started talking to Sid more, and he started training me on how to buy properties and the right way to do it. And I took about 5 years training under him. And then I got in, probably when I was 35, I bought my first property.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of the audience. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah. A lot of the audience.
We had, I think we had 60 properties plus, and now we have 175. So we've done significant growth since I started syndicating. Sid Newburger's he passed away about 5 years ago, and my partner now is Amy Newburger. So she took over his side of the business.
Okay. I know a lot of the audience, Jackie, and David, of course, you're here to help, teach us a little bit about how to invest in commercial real estate. So how does a novice get started investing in commercial real estate?
Like what Jason and my son wants to do, like what we did.
Well,
what can you tell them?
So as an example, with Jason, he was referred by a current investor, Pete Levins. And, Jason said, hey, I'm interested in investing. And I put him on our list. And when a deal came up, I gave him a call and said, what would you like? And Jason bought one property, and then he bought another one. And, what our company does different is we offer small chunks of investments. In other words, we can cater to really anybody. So if somebody wants to invest $500,000 in one property, great. If somebody wants to invest $20,000, that's fine too. So we're not like cherry picking. We want this type of investor. We're kind of looking for a diversified group.
That's good.
We've got that now. What I think our issue is, we don't have the younger generation really coming in yet, like I would like to see. So, I'd like to see some of these younger guys get involved like I did back when I was 18.
Like my son met
I think I invested.
Yeah. My son met with you, and I know you talked about something else, but it's just like another income stream, which I'd love people to understand that too.
I mean, it's probably a really good time to purchase today, isn't it? Are commercial properties, did they decrease because of COVID? Because everybody went home to work?
Well, okay, so there's three different product types that we have. There's the warehouse product type, there's the retail product type, there's the office product type. So the warehouse is we've got about 65% of our portfolio is office warehouse space. That's exploded.
Oh, I see.
The need for warehouse space amongst the pandemic has been tremendous. So our rents are going up. The tenants are all paying. We have not had problem with the warehouse part. The retail part has been a struggle because retail was shut down. We have a lot of restaurants. We have a lot of nightclubs. You have a lot of small retailers, barber shops. You've got a lot of these smaller retailers. They couldn't pay the rent through COVID.
Yeah. So what is the risk tolerance? I'm sorry. What is the risk tolerance for people as far as compared to the stock market?
If they were isn't it better to invest with you than maybe put some money into a stock, or something?
I tell people I don't badmouth the stock market. A lot of people have made a lot of money in the stock market. It just depends on who you are. What I tell people is, you've got this pie here. So what you want to do is you want to say, I want to own a certain part of that pie in stocks and other. I want to own a certain part in real estate deals. And, diversify and have a pie cut up many different ways because, there are times that real estate struggles and the stock market goes way up. So you want to have a little bit of both. I'm the problem with what I'm doing is I'm overweighted in real estate. So right now I did that for the first half of my career. The second half, I'm trying
David,
to.
I just want to interrupt you for one quick second. We have to go to a commercial. So But we will get back to you in a few seconds.
Yep.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
So
Sure.
hold the thought.
Stay right there.
We'll be
This is Kurt Arsenault of Arsenault Advisory Group. You just got married, but you may not realize that your money did as well. Is your spouse a spender or a saver? Will you purchase or rent a home? Finances aren't always fun to talk about, but getting on the same page with your partner and having real conversations about your goals will pave the way for a secure future. If you have recently tied the knot, visit arsenaultadvisory.com to download our free ebook titled 7 Smart Money Marriage Tips. Visit arsenaultadvisory.com to get your free ebook today.
Hello, everyone. This is Jackie and Nicole. We're with David Andes today of Newburger-Andes, and we're coming back to our interview. So, what was the thought?
We're
Do you
back.
remember?
Hi, ladies.
Back with David Andes from Newburger-Andes.
Ladies, I don't remember. I'm
We
sorry.
were talking
I
about
dazed
the risk
off.
tolerance with
the
stock market
the risk
and commercial real
tolerance
estate.
and versus, yes, the stock market is a great thing. But actually, my next question is that the stock market did decline, like 35%. It went down. Now we're coming back up. We're in that V, as they all say. But how did actually, and David Andes, how did you guys do when it went really way down and now you're coming back up? Did you guys suffer at all, or did you just stay the course and you're okay? With what you've had?
I think the Newburger-Andes company, which is basically the heart that runs all the properties. We manage all the properties and we run them. Newburger-Andes is a company, so it's the heart. The arteries go out to all the properties. Okay,
Right.
So there's 175 properties. So in the beginning, it looked like a lot of people were not going to pay the rent, especially our retail
Right.
tenants. Well, if they don't pay the rent, there's no fees to pay the management company.
Right.
If there's no, the staff that we have at Newburger-Andes, you've got 1,000 investors, you've got 1,000 tenants, all of them having problems and wanting to know what's going on. So our need for staff actually doubled during the COVID crisis. And I have to give a big shout out to my staff. They did a fantastic job, and we actually we didn't lay one person off. We actually gave them raises. So we're very proud of what we did, and very proud of our staff.
So
and by the way, ladies,
Yeah.
well, we've got 10 ladies right now.
Really?
These ladies are like piranhas too. Oh, they're awesome. Yeah. We've got our accounting department, all women. We've got the youngest real estate broker woman in the state of Georgia. Her name is Emma, and she started about a year and a half. So very proud of her. We've got Stephanie. We've got Eileen running 2 divisions of our company.
Oh.
Eileen Martinez, Vanessa Martinez, her sister works for the company. A lot of ladies.
A lot of ladies.
Very
Yeah.
good.
I think
Great job, ladies.
Yeah.
And shout out to my partner, Amy Newburger. Hi,
Right.
Amy.
Yeah.
So let's see. What else do we want to? We have a couple more questions for you, David. Again, so with the pandemic, people are now working virtually from their homes. So how has that affected commercial real estate? Has it at all? I mean, I know some people with buildings in the area, the tenants had to push back their rent for the other side of the year. Or even just not pay. So have you been affected at all from that in the office buildings that you have? And is it a good time today to invest possibly in commercial real estate because of that?
Well, with the office space, we've never liked office space. We sold all of our office buildings. We had some. We have one office building left, and that's our Newburger-Andes headquarters, which is in Sandy Springs.
Right.
But our office, we don't have any office portfolio. Yes,
Oh, okay.
if we had a big office portfolio, it would have been severely affected.
So they have like,
Yeah.
you have
Well,
like
people went home.
restaurants
People went home. Our office has not reopened. We went 100% virtual, remote. Excuse me, and we're going to stay that way. I just had a meeting with our head of accounting, and we're going to stay that way for a long time.
Great. We have a question,
from the audience.
Somebody from the audience. They want to know if they invest money, do you tell them where to invest the money or do they? Hold on. If I want to invest money, do I tell you where to invest the money or do you just invest the money for them?
Here's what happens. So what we go out and we find a property, I'll make this real short and simple. We put the property under contract. We do the due diligence. If the property looks like we're going to buy it, we then send a little memorandum out to our current group of partners. And, it tells you how much it is per point. And that is the property you have to invest in. There's not like a menu or anything like that.
Okay,
so it's one property at a time. And somebody can invest, like I said, as much as $500,000 to $1 million in the deal. They can invest $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, whatever they choose.
What is the minimum amount of money that you can invest with your firm?
I don't have a minimum. I've got a lot of people where they just say, I only have $3,000 or $10,000. I'll give them a little percentage of the deal.
Okay.
See, now that's good for the young people.
Good to know.
So there's no
Exactly.
young investor.
What I'm saying, like Jason, your son asked me that. He said, "How much do I need minimum?" I said, "Well, what you ought to do is just develop a little budget each year. You know what your salary is going to be, and say, I want to invest this much in real estate." And he told me his budget was, $15K a year. Well, if you take $15K times 30 straight years and compound that money, it comes out to something at the end.
That's
even $15K a year is the way to go. And the other thing I'll tell anybody is if you start a real estate account, you open a separate bank account I did this when I was 18 and I never have touched it. You open a separate bank account specific for real estate. You buy the property in that account, pay for it from that account. All distributions go back in that account. And then you maybe add a little money in the beginning to it. But as time goes on, that account will start compounding. What I mean by that, when it starts compounding, you'll have money to buy the next deal from the compounding.
Okay.
So
it's really
that's
good.
what I did.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I
impressed.
tell everyone buy a little bit of each property, whether it's 0.5%, 10%, whatever you can afford, but buy consistently.
Right.
Okay. And don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm sure a little diversify.
Right. Which is what we're
That's
saying.
right.
Like in terms of your portfolio, like what percentage
Jackie,
should be real estate?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, nobody got hurt in our investor pool during COVID because they're so diversified. Yes, one property or retail. Ruby Tuesdays filed bankruptcy. We had Crystal file bankruptcy on us. We had multiple big shots at us, but it didn't really hurt anybody because they didn't have a lot of money invested in that one deal.
Right.
They've been well diversified into multiple properties. So, it upsets people to lose some income, but it didn't really hurt them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So when you're taking your whole portfolio, like stocks and stuff that you're doing with you, or even buying houses. So how much should a person have in real estate? In their like a percentage.
50%.
50?
I think. Now the positive thing about stocks
Sounds high. But I'm a novice.
Well, that's me.
Novice.
I'm in the real estate business. So yeah, for me, I want to see people. I'm like 80, but I would not tell somebody to go 80. I would say do 50-50, 50% real estate, 50% other.
Right. That's good. That's a good.
Okay.
But it's whatever you whatever you feel comfortable with.
Right. So
and everybody
no
has a different.
Yep.
Is there
no
anything else you want to tell our audience?
How can we get in touch with them?
Yeah. Also, how can anyone get in touch with you? We only have 5 minutes left, really. So, is there anything you want to tell?
No, I plan to talk. I plan to talk for an hour. Come on.
How can we get in touch with you? What is the your website and your phone number or your email? However, you would like the audience to contact you.
You can call me 404-831-3877. You can go to our website www.Newburger-Andes.com.
Okay.
But yeah, we're what I've been doing is just taking appointments here where I live. I'm sitting here in the conference room right now, so I do a lunch every day for my clients and friends, and People
And
just kind
Egg
of stop by when
Harbor
they
is
want.
a great place to meet David.
Why is that?
Well,
'Cause
if
I
you
met
go
him there
to, if you
a
go
few
to,
times.
Made a few deals there.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, I used to park myself there back when it opened. I loved the place, and I'd get my bill for lunchtime. It'd be $150 because I had 10 different people meet me.
Yeah.
It'd be $150 just for the coffee.
Well, it was great speaking with
Thank
you.
Thank you, David. And
Thank-
we're going to wrap it up here over here. So
I
but
hope
thanks
I-
for joining
Thanks,
us.
gals.
I definitely
Thank you so
learned
much
something.
for having me on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've
Well,
learned something.
I want to meet. I
Yeah.
want to meet you next week at your property. So please
You
send
got
me a
date.
mail and
You
let's
got
meet up.
date. Yeah.
I like that. No minimum for everybody and diversify. Two important things that I learned today
Right.
from David's Andes at
Yes.
Newburger-Andes.
Newburger-Andes.
Commercial real estate firm. And then part 2 is going to
What?
be in a few weeks
Yes.
with
Steve
David.
Farrar.
Yes, Steve Farrar's
Let me
coming on
just
in
say
November.
one quick thing.
Yes.
Okay, so Steve Farrar is a real killer.
Mhm.
You're going to really like talking to him probably more than me. He's very interesting. He's got a lot of things going on, and I think he's the one that really goes out and helps me talk to the investors, and he brings in a ton of business. Been with us 15 years, and I've known him for over 30 years.
Yeah, he's,
so
he's really nice.
I'm
guy.
looking forward to that.
Steve is a tremendous asset to the company.
Fantastic. And I think that's going to be November 12th, everybody,
Right,
Thursday.
Right. That'll be
November-
part 2.
Yep. part
Watch
2
that.
at the
Watch
the
that
Mezza
show.
Live.
That'll be better than mine.
No, you were great.
great.
Thank you so much for
Bye.
joining us, David.
Bye-bye.
It's a
Bye-bye.
pleasure, and I definitely
Yeah.
learned something, and
Love
hope
you.
everybody else did as well.
Bye, Jackie.
care.
Bye.
Bye. So, Nicole, so I know we didn't
Yeah,
say
that
in
was
the
really
beginning.
interesting.
Yeah, it was. But I know that you worked for somebody that we all know.
Who? I
yeah.
did.
Was it
Well,
our president of the
used to
United
wor-
States?
I used to work for the president.
Yeah.
I used to work for President Donald Trump in 1 Central Park West in
Right,
Manhattan.
right,
But don't
yeah.
hold it against me if you're not for Trump. But hey, listen.
Well,
It
it's
was a
funny
great time
yeah,
for me. And he
yeah,
did,
yeah.
it was great, going to the parties. He was very
Yeah.
nice to myself. I was there for not a very long time, but it was wonderful
Well, look,
to
if
join
you want
him
to
at
get
parties
your
and stuff.
education in that field, Donald Trump knows his real estate.
Yes, he does.
But we're just going to end off real quick. We're
yeah,
gonna tell
let's
you,
do some fun fashion stuff.
Yeah, a little fashion tip quick.
Oh, and then who's coming on the show
Yes,
next
and
week?
who's coming on? So we got like 2 minutes.
All right, so where are we going
So our
first?
fashion tip, we have the 5 Pantone colors of the season. So we have some pictures up there. Amber glow, which is like a tan orange, somber red. I'm wearing a little bit of red today. Sandstone neutral beige, classic blue, acid green, or any form of green, really. And some fashion sneakers.
Yeah, do
According
we have
to
that
Nicole.
picture up?
Yeah, we have those fashion sneakers. One that I
Fantastic.
think you had, and one from Tory Burch I found too, which was kind of
Yeah,
cute.
love fashion sneakers.
Yeah.
They're still in style. UGG has a new style,
Yeah.
and I'm sure Ashley
Yeah.
put it up for us. And also, so next week,
Yes, next
we
week.
have on Stacey King. She's a health guru, a former athlete, former gymnast for the University of Maryland. She's going to be here, and she's going to teach us what to eat, what not to eat, and she's going to talk about Juice Plus. We're looking forward to getting healthy
I've had that.
with Stacey.
Or I've done Juice Plus.
Have you? Yeah, well,
Yes.
she's coming on.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm so excited. And then we're going to have on the part 2 on November 12th.
Part 2 with Steve Farrar of Newburger-Andes.
We'll learn some
and
more.
some more investing.
Right.
And then we're going to
gonna
finish
have
off
with Chris Anthony,
Chris
film
Anthony.
producer and skier, extreme skier. And we're looking forward. That'll be November 19th. But go to the Mezza Live page and look
Yes.
at our complete celebrity lineup and all of our events.
And also mezzareviews.com for the full article on that fashion section that we just did.
Follow us.
Follow
We've got
us.
a lot of fun coming up
All right.
for the snowboard and ski
Yep.
season, and we're looking
Definitely.
forward to it.
All right, see you soon.
See you soon, everybody.
All right, have a good
See you
week.
next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't believe that time went by so fast. It's true what they say. Time flies when you're having fun. Please like, comment, share, and support the show. Go to uimediaapp.com to watch all the Mezza Live shows. Follow UI Media Network online, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all your favorite podcasting platforms to stay updated with our uncensored content. Would you like to be featured on the show or even sponsor it? Write to us on contact@uimedianetwork.org to know how. We hope you had a wonderful time and hope these tips will help reinvent yourself in the best years of your life. Take care, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Same time, same place. The Mezza Live, only on UI Media Network. The UI Media Network and its associates take no responsibility for the opinions and statements made by the talk show hosts or their